Hello and welcome back to Crosshatch Puzzles. We're here for another New York Times Daily Crossword Solve. Today is Wednesday, June 24th, 2026, and today's puzzle is another collaboration from Kevin, Curry, and Zhou Zhang. Kevin and Zhou are married and both experienced constructors for the New York Times crossword, having, I think, a couple dozen puzzles each to their name. And this is their third collaboration together. It's a Wednesday puzzle, so we'll expect a midweek, mid-difficulty grid with a theme. Yeah, let's see what Kevin and Zhou have up their sleeve for today's puzzle for Wednesday, June 24th. Retro kind of hairstyle. I don't know. Pink glow pineapples and glow fish for short. Something plural, I think. Does that work here? Camera type for short as single lens reflex camera. Article of apparel often worn with sandals. Is this a toga or a sari or what? Workout program that's a portmanteau of two different sports. No. Singer Tori Amos. Son of Seth Enos? Esau? Don't remember. This could be something like Taibo, which would make this a toga. Grizzly or black bear, but not a panda. An omnivore? I think a panda's an herbivore. A satisfying meal informally, maybe good eats. This looks like Enos after all. Claims. Asserts. If you claim something, you assert it. A kind of dairy-free milk developed in the 1990s is oat milk. This looks like abide. Yes, to tolerate is to abide. A lemon add-on, maybe not to the food itself, but to the word lemon. You could add on the word aid to get lemonade. Liberal arts, I guess, type of college program. Put in the crosshairs. To aim at something is to put it in the crosshairs. Governor Walz, who ran with with Kamala Harris, as Tim Walz. There we go. A little foxy. I think we want kit. A kit is the name for a baby fox. I think that's the play on words we want there. Their cover-ups. Tarps, maybe, are used for covering things up often. Pastry that often has a fluted edge. Fluted edge. A tart? Is that all it is? Sports writer Shelburne, not sure. Marketing team's goal with a new product launch informally. PR what? PR plan? Doesn't sound great. Pygmalion's Galatea for one. A statue. Yeah, that's right. This does look like a tart. Degree for an entrepreneur, maybe an MBA. PR, still don't see what that is. Citrus-based sauce in Japanese cuisine. Not sure. Wow. To wow is to amaze. PR blitz? PR buzz? Marketing team's goal. Yeah, okay. French identification. French. A nom, your name, I guess. Is this Ponzu? Salt and Peppa is the Shoop group. Yeah, the group that Shoop. Ponzu looks fine. And Ramona Shelburne. Look before you do this. You're supposed to look before you leap. One in a Himalayan herd, a herd of yaks, perhaps. Thanksgiving pine nut, usually pecan. Dark yellowish green. Not sure. Blank bean, maybe a lima bean. One who holds a company's purse strings in brief. Actually, I want a CFO, so maybe this is fava bean. Sign of things to come, an omen. This looks like chicken out up here. One who's yucking it up is a ham. And dark yellowish green could be olive, so that's going to be chickened out. I'm not going to look at the revealer just yet because I want to see if I can figure out what's going on with the theme. I don't know how I ended up in the lower right corner, but there we are. Symphony site. The site of a symphony. Symphony Hall, maybe? World Cup cheer, ole. Summa cum laude, maybe magna cum laude, both titles for graduating students. Pink glow pineapples and glowfish. Oh, these are GMOs. Yes, genetically modified ingredients. Storied grave robber. I don't know who that might be. Sleighs loaded and ready. How are you feeling, Santa? Interesting. Like cotton candy, it's spun. Storied grave robber. A ghoul? Why? D&D or World of Warcraft. These are both role-playing games. Jolly Roger? Sleighs loaded and ready. How are you feeling, Santa? Jolly Roger. I guess. I'm at the bakery. What kind of donut do you want? Glazed over. Oh, I see. They're talking on walkie-talkies or CB radios or something like that. To glorify is to exalt. Is that right? Exalt, maybe? Exalt is to celebrate. To glorify, maybe exalt. Fire or a firefighter's tool. Oh, to fire someone is to axe them, or a firefighter's tool is an axe. Popular fast fashion brand, maybe Zara. Uplifting coverage, question mark. Do we want a bra there? Band whose spelled out name translates to Bulletproof Boy Scouts. I mean, is it just BBS? BTS? Blank Brown, you've got a lovely daughter. Mrs. Brown? Oops. Children's author Carly, I don't know. Paul, who's been inducted twice into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Don't know that. Stubborn beast, stubborn as an ass, maybe? Hit up. To hit up, to ask someone for something is to hit them up. Confused. Don't know, let's check the downs. Kind of pants worn on a rainy day, perhaps pajama pants or pyjama pants. Ancient Greek marketplaces in Agora, so pajama looks good there. Approves a Venmo request, perhaps pays someone for something. Link letters, a URL, uniform resource locator. Retro kind of hairstyle, maybe a pin-up. Equally. Aha, I got it, maybe. Ingested is 8. Equally. Not notice, to miss something. Equally, oh, no less. If something is equally fast, it's no less fast. Something like that. Confused could be at sea. Important creatures in Inuit culture, probably seals. Oh, here's the revealer, actually. Handheld radios used by the speakers of the italicized clues and their answers. Walkie-talkies. There we go. This is BTS then, after all. Paul Simon. Paul of Simon and Garfunkel. Fish with a kohaku variety. Is this koi? Goals for boxers in brief. KOs. So this is not boxers as in... boxers in brief, too. That's funny. Not boxers as in the article of clothing, but people who box. Knockouts are their goals. Koi looks okay here. Maybe Aaron Carly. What's tomorrow's... Oh, Eric Carly. Oh, I recognize that name. What did he write? Can't remember. What's tomorrow's chemistry exam about again? Carbon copy. That's very funny. Amps up, maybe revs up or something like that. Makes aware of... Not sure. Phew, our journey is over. Very spicy. Teacher's pest. An imp? Makes aware of. See ya. Is it something like Lates? Jonathan Van Blank, Queer Eye co-star. Oh, I don't remember. What postseason games can't end in a tie? Is that what that is? Big name in e-commerce. E-commerce. Like a commanding lead. I gotta make some progress here somewhere. Amps up. Peps up. Makes aware of. Appraises. Appraises. No. Apprises? No. Let's see if it is peps up. Maybe this is picata? No. Imp. Phew, our journey is over. We made it. Maybe this isn't a tie. Because apprises. What postseason games? Oh, can't end in ties. Okay, fine. See ya. Adios. Picante, very spicy. Picante. Jonathan Van Ness. Yeah, okay. Like a commanding lead, a commanding leader, not a commanding lead in a game, is bossy, and this is Etsy. Okay. Pretty good puzzle here. And let's take a look at the theme. So, as I suspected, this is people talking on, I said walkie-talkies or CB radios. They've specified here handheld radios used by the speakers of the italicized clues and their answers. Walkie-talkies. So, each of these clues ends in a sort of a conventional way of ending something that you're saying over a walkie-talkie. So, this lays loaded and ready. How are you feeling, Santa? So the answer to the question is just jolly. But then Roger is the kind of thing that you'd say to sort of acknowledge the other person and what they've said. So that put together turns out to be a phrase, Jolly Roger, which was a pirate ship, I think. Here, I'm at the bakery. What kind of donut do you want? Glazed is the answer to that, a glazed donut. But over is something you'd say on a walkie-talkie to indicate that you're done talking. And it's over to the other person for their turn to talk. Because walkie-talkies are unidirectional. You can't have both people talking at the same time. And so that forms together the phrase glazed over, which just means sort of, especially if your eyes are glazed over, that you're sort of not fully there. Then we have what's tomorrow's chemistry exam about again, and carbon is the answer to that question, but copy is sort of another way of saying something like Roger. I wonder if there's a difference, actually, a functional difference between Roger and copy. Copy, they both sort of mean that you've acknowledged what the other person has said. I'm trying to think if there's a Roger that. Copy that. I think they're kind of the same. And then finally, before you go, what animal crosses the road in that old joke? And the answer to that question is chicken. But out is what you would say if you are leaving the walkie-talkie for whatever reason or ending the conversation. So you'd say out. Or you might say over and out. Yeah, so that's those 4 theme entries plus the revealer make up today's theme, which is people talking over walkie-talkies and sort of punning on these common phrases in that way. So that's great. What else then? I'll have to look up. Pink Glow pineapples, I think, are just slightly sweeter and different colored genetically engineered pineapple. I don't know what glowfish are, so I'll have to look that up. This does end up being toga nutsari, so that was the first thing that I thought. This, that was fine. Uplifting coverage is a fun clue for a bra. 1965 #1 hit. I wonder who sang this. I'll have to look that up. This one confused me for a while. I don't think you in conversation would say post-game seasons can't end in ties. You'd say post-game seasons can't end in a tie. You just don't typically talk about ties that way. Wins, losses. I mean, for some time, non-postseason games in the NHL could end in ties, and I'm trying to think. I guess in the record there it was one loss tied. I don't think they would refer to it as a wins, losses, and ties. Maybe they would. It's been a long time since that's been the case. Now they're just overtime losses. And no other sport other than soccer, football, has ties available. And I think in soccer they call it a draw anyway. Anyway. Turns out there's a lot of beans that are 4 letters long and end in A. Fava bean, soya bean, lima bean. This one is fava bean, and that's fine. Storied grave robber, a ghoul. I don't know why that is. I'll have to look up the definition for a ghoul. I thought a ghoul was basically just a ghost. And ghosts don't do much grave robbing as far as I know, but maybe, I don't know. Taibo, I thought this was its own thing. I guess it must be a portmanteau of what? Tai Chi and something else? I actually don't know. I'll have to look that up. I wonder why Paul Simon's been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice. Maybe once as Simon and Garfunkel and then once on his own. I'll have to look that up. If it's something different, I'll put it in the video description. I did not know that BTS translates to Bulletproof Boy Scouts. To remember what Eric Carley wrote. A little foxy is cute, I suppose. Foxy in sort of normally you would mean like sort of sexy or something like that. But in this case, foxy is just a sort of a diminutive, a little nickname for an actual little fox, a literal little fox. And the name for a child fox is a kit. Very spicy, and these 3 clues in a row, actually, not one of them has to do with anything sexy. This is actually literally about a little fox. This is literally about something spicy, and this is literally about people who box. So nothing doing there. Like a commanding lead, we have a leader, someone who's in charge, as opposed to a commanding lead in a game. Yeah, and I think that's kind of it. So I'll look up those things and put them in the video description for you. But otherwise, that's the puzzle for Wednesday, June 24th. Another great collaboration between Kevin Curry and Zhou Zhang. If you enjoyed the solve, please give me a thumbs up, let me know. And if you want to know when I'm posting next, hit the subscribe button, and you will get those notifications to you. And we'll see you next time on Crosshatch Puzzles. Cheers.